there was a Twitter chat, and I was talking about reflection and thinking about my thinking. And then I talked about how blogging, vlogging, and podcasting has helped me do that stuff. Gotta go. So why do I vlog? I think it's important for me to give you a little bit of context, some history as to how I ended up being able to just grab my cell phone and record myself talking into it. I would say that the reason why I can vlog now is because I started blogging many years ago. I was doing a project and I wanted to document my learning journey, and I wanted to do it in a way that if people asked me questions about what I was working on, I could always refer them to the blog and say, go to this site and read this and get back to me. Rather than, having to rehash everything over and over again, I could just refer to a digital place where I kept my stuff. I started to get into podcasting, and I think that the podcasting happened because it was too hard to get everything out of my head and onto the keyboard and into the computer. And so then I started working with audio to be able to capture my thinking and be able to get it out. And as time has gone on, I've been doing a podcast with my buddy Chris Clough. It's called the Decoded Podcast. And what Chris suggested when we started the Decoded Podcast was to actually record our podcast so that it would be available for people to view, and as well in audio format on iTunes and in other places where people could just listen to it rather than watch it. And what happened there was I started to feel this need to go deeper into my reflections and to kind of do something that was a little bit scary, or a lot scary. So I decided that as Decoded Podcast was evolving, it was created so that Chris and I could document what a secondary and an elementary teacher would experience on a day-to-day, week-by-week basis over a school year. So this school year I decided, why don't I just kind of vlog out some of my thinking, my reflections connected to the school year and how things play out for an elementary teacher. Here I am vlogging today about vlogging. So it doesn't really connect to what I do every day, but what I can tell you is that the blogging and the podcasting around my work as a teacher now kind of has infiltrated the vlogging world, where I can record my thoughts and ideas using video and then be able to come back to them and watch them and to recall how I felt on a particular day or during a particular time of the school year. So that's why I do it. Do I enjoy it? I would say that there's something about it that's interesting. I do it just for me, which is really strange because then I put it on YouTube for anybody to see it at any point in time. So when I think of it that way, when I think about doing it for an audience, a really big audience, it frightens me a little bit. But then I go back to the real reason why I started, and it's for my growth, it's for my learning, it's to benefit me, and hopefully it can benefit others. But I'm not doing it for clicks or subscribers. I'm doing it because it works for me. It's a really cool project. It's kind of like a personal project for me. And I'm thankful to people like Chris for being supportive around the podcasting, around the vlogging, and other people that I've connected with, through social media. Andrew Campbell has a huge influence, Will Gourley, Jonathan So. These people, the more you talk to them, the more you engage with them, they seem to push you out of your comfort zone and to other zones where you then experiment with your learning and you figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So that's my roundabout story on why I vlog. Ultimately, I hope that I can lay out a nice repertoire of information and ideas and feelings that go over the course of a school year, and we'll see what comes next.